Demon wedges are very important, so I'll tell you the absolute wedges that get you wedge the best because it's very important and very powerful. And it'll help you increase your wedging because it's not the character that does the wedge, but the wedge that does the wedging for the character. So, getting straight into it, we're going to be talking about all of the best wedges to go for to, of course, maximize your wedging. And just like to start off, I'm going to talk about like a pretty easy wedge right now. A lot of you may already have this, but may not be using right. So right here, we've got the sidestep, and this is going to be very important because it's one of the few wedges that can be equipped in the center right here. And the reason why sidestep is so good is because it gives you +1 dodge attempts. That's going to be really good because 1 dodge attempt, that gives you 3 dodge attempts, which is more than 2, which is really good. Now, compared to the other wedges that you can put in this center slot, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't read any of these, but like, why would I need to when there's dodge attempts +1? Like, dodging isn't really meta right now. There's not really a lot of situations in which you would need to dodge. Dodging may become meta in the future, which is why you're gonna want to get in on building this early. Talking about some other wedges, of course, we've got the Gleaming series, and it's been a little bit odd hearing about it. I mean, there's been a lot of discourse like, is it good? Is it bad? Is it overrated? Is it really worth it to ruin my support builds in order to equip? A lot of differing opinions. There's something that I haven't really seen talked about at all, and that's if you equipping all of them at the same time. So you've got a +10 every single Gleaming wedge, not just the ones that you're equipping, but every single one. If you want to be able to equip multiple at the same time, once you do so, it'll actually put up a little pop-up, give you a little surprise, jack you off a little bit, and give you the ability to equip multiple Gleaming wedges. The reason why you're gonna want to equip multiple Gleaming wedges is because it's getting a little bit hot in here, so, hold on. That is so much better. Anyway, back to the video. I'm gonna be talking about Onslaught next, and the reason why you're gonna want to think about Onslaught right now is, so if you equip Onslaught on Margie, and I can just show it right here, so you may not know this, but if you have Onslaught equipped, you will be dealing more damage than if you didn't have a Demon Wedge equipped. And that might be mind-blowing for some of you, but it's true. And it definitely is gonna work the best on Margie because, as we all know, she is the best unit in the entire game. I won't get into it in this video. That definitely takes its own video to talk about. That's not the only thing, because there are some other wedges on other characters like Lyn, and Lyn's gonna be the best to showcase this on. So it's gonna be another Sphinx series wedge that I have not heard a lot of people to talk about, especially its special interaction with Lyn. So if you equip Relentless on Lyn right here, and we're just gonna take off that duel, and I don't even need to level this, but it will be really good if you level this because a +10 gold wedge is gonna be so much better than an unleveled wedge, and it's gonna help you get like some of the prime upgrades. But I'm gonna showcase it in a quick defense mission right here, and we're just gonna load straight into it with Lyn. Now, you might be seeing a different map and tile set. This is actually one of the tile sets that unlocks once you reach trial rank 67, and you'll be fighting against another enemy faction that is going to be unique to this rank and the further ranks beyond, and that is going to be the Grenier faction. It's a little bit of a spoiler right now because there's obviously the extra story that you're going to be going through as well, but you can, this is more about the wedge right now, and you can see that Lyn is just able to tear through all of the enemies without a single issue. Just all of them falling over. You can even take some time outside of your ult, you know, obviously recouping your buff, letting it recharge, and then you just get straight into it as soon as the enemies get back. It's just blah, 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 blah. There are a few other wedges that I'm gonna have to talk about. First off, it's a little bit bright in here. Give me a second. This will help with the glare. All right, much better, much better. So next up, there's actually another wedge that I'm gonna want to talk about. I've heard a lot of people talk about the Celerity wedge, and for good reason. It's very important, especially if you get it at +10, because a +10 wedge is going to be much better than an unleveled wedge. But there's actually another wedge that I haven't really heard people talk about that much, and it's going to be the Y Tirlet. And the reason why you're going to want to put on Y Tirlet is because it's actually going to give you negative attack speed. And this is going to be a little bit confusing for a lot of you, because you're like, oh wait, aren't we supposed to increase our attack speed? Isn't that going to be super important? and help you with speed? Well, actually, if you get negative attack speed on your weapon, when you do the piercing ascent, you will actually go backwards. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, okay, but is that going to be like super practical? Is this going to be like the next meta? And I definitely believe it is, because let's just say you're playing Chase and you like get to the boss and then you have to go back so you can get to the next objective. You can actually use this to like rapidly accelerate backwards, going reverse in the direction in which you came, which is going to be so much quicker than having to turn all the way around and just like walk, and this will help you out a ton. It's not the only wedge that is going to be the best, because there is one wedge that I think takes the absolute cake when we're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna showcase it like right here. As you can see, I've got the Rend Husk equipped. We already know a lot about foldover right here. Obviously, it needs no introduction. We all know that having multi-shot is really important for your weapons, because multi-shot will increase your multi-shot, and it's gonna be so much better because the blue version of the foldover wedge is going to be actually a lot less than the gold version, which is why you're gonna want it. But I'm not here to talk about foldover today. I'm here to talk about another wedge that I haven't really seen people mention yet. It could be because it's one of those wedges that you have to get at Fire Rank 67, but it's going to be called the Full Duo. And like the foldover is good because it increases the multi-shot for your weapon, but the Full Duo actually increases your weapon. And it's going to be really important because at plus 10, this wedge will actually increase your weapon to 2. So from 1 to 2. And I'm going to showcase it right here. I'm going to equip it on my Rend Husk. And I'm going to back out of the menu. I'm going to have 2 Rend Husks. And just like that, like, oh my gosh. I seriously don't understand why people aren't really talking about this, because this is insane. I mean, like, that's the Rend Husk up there. And then there's another Rend Husk down there. Like, just the fact that I'm the one breaking the news on this is just maddening. And I mean, if I just like take it out, like you can see I'm firing just so much faster because I've just got 2 of them, and it's going to be even better because since I've got 2 Rend Husks equipped, I'm going to get that extra attack, and that's going to be really good. It's going to increase your damage, especially if you are running like an attack scaling build, which, you know, it's pretty common, but, you know, some characters don't scale off of attack, so you'll have to measure if that's what you really want to do for all of your characters. But that's obviously the best wedge that I can showcase today. There's not really much else for this video. Now, of course, you're going to want to smash that like button, as usual, just in case anybody was taking this seriously at all. This is a satire video, a little prank